Hey everyone, and welcome back to the studio. As the year comes to a close, I wanted to wrap things up with one last painting, but also take a moment to reflect on this incredible journey I've been on. From being a lawyer to following my heart into the world of art, it's been a year full of growth, challenges, and lessons. And today, I want to share what it looks like to follow your dreams. The ups, the downs, and everything in between. Before we dive into the journey from law to art, I think it's important to start at the very beginning, where it all began. My parents' home, the place where I first picked up a paintbrush. It's always nice and warm at my parents' home. My father always makes sure that we stay warm with a nice fire in the fireplace. There's nothing like it. It's so comforting. This is the very first oil painting I've ever made. I think I was about 8 or 9 years old when I took my first oil painting lessons. And we did many landscapes, like this one. And there's also one close to the Christmas tree there. I remember that while I liked painting landscapes, I really wanted to try to paint portraits. And I asked my teacher if I could try to paint one. And her answer was that I was too young to paint portraits. And as a kid, I believed that it was true. And I feel that it's a bit sad that an adult tells that to a kid that really wants to play with paint and try new things and just be curious, because I feel like it's the goal with art. And it's okay, I'm painting portraits now, but I feel that right away what I was taught is that there are rules and I have to stay in this little box. And more I'm discovering that it's not true. If you want to try to paint or draw or do whatever, just pick the paint or your pencils and have fun. That's really the goal with art. And I'm trying to get back to this version of myself as a kid that just wants to learn and have fun with paint. Okay, it's time to go back home. But first, let's have a last look at the decoration at my parents' home. It looks like a movie. Wow. Art has always been in my heart, even when life took me in other directions. I never imagined back then that one day I would make this my full-time career, but it was always there, calling me. For years, I balanced my job as a lawyer with my passion for art. I would sketch during lunch breaks, take weekend classes, and even fly across the world to attend workshops. But no matter how much I painted, it never felt like enough. There was always this craving for something more. So last year, I decided to take a leap. I stepped away from law to see if I could turn art into a full-time career. And let me tell you, it was both terrifying and exhilarating. There were definitely moments of impatience. I remember last spring sitting at my easel, just wanting to be better right now. I wanted everything to move faster. And then, as I looked out the window, I saw snowflakes falling onto the spring buds. It felt like a perfect metaphor for how I was feeling. Good things, I realized, take time. And I was reminded of this again pretty recently. One other goal that I really wanted to achieve before the end of the year was to have professional pictures taken of my paintings. So I was super excited about this step because it meant that I was finally done with my first series of paintings and also that I could create my website. So I did that. I collaborated with a company in Quebec and they took some pictures and I just received the file and I'm a bit disappointed. I'm gonna show you why. I wanted to show you an example of what is not really working for me in this picture. And it's pretty much the same for all of my other paintings. Right away, what I can see is that the person who took the picture put the light there on this side, creating this huge spot of light, which is not representative of the painting. But I feel like it's really lacking in this picture and all of the other pictures is the textures. We don't see at all the texture, or not very much at least. For instance, here there's supposed to be thicker paint where there's white to create the light. And I feel like it's really sad that we don't see the textures because when I paint, I pay a great attention to all of the brush strokes. If I decide to put heavy paint or not, or if I decide to put paint splatters, we can see a little bit there, but it's really not clean. It means that if I ever decide to make prints, we wouldn't see the details that are in the original painting. And this is not something that I want. I really want a good print. So I'm not gonna stop there. I'm gonna try to find another photographer. I wanted to share this experience with you to show you a glimpse of what following your dreams can look like. And it's just that the reality is that you're going to try something that is new. And it means that often things are not going to go well right away. And this is just an example for me, like to take pictures of my paintings, but it has been a theme throughout the year. And I felt many times that I took one step forward, two steps back. And I had to learn that it's normal and it's part of the process. I'm navigating through a new profession, so it's just how things are supposed to be. And with time, things are gonna get easier. So don't ever feel discouraged if you feel like you don't move forward as quickly as you wished. And it's just part of the process. And also I want to show you that Onyx is on me. He wanted to say hi. Free therapy. I have great news. I finally found another company that is going to be able to take pictures of all of my paintings. And this time they're going to use a different technology. They're going to use a scanner and it's supposed to create pictures with a lot of details in which I can see all of the textures of my artwork. So I'm really excited for that and really hoping that this time is going to be perfect. So all it's left to do for me is to wrap all of my paintings to make sure that they are safe for tomorrow morning since we're leaving early because it's in Montreal and it's about 2.5 hours from our home. And with the traffic, I guess it's going to be even maybe 3 hours. So I prefer to do this step tonight. We are done. All the paintings are ready for tomorrow. So it's now time to go to bed. Good night. You know that feeling of when you meet new people and everything just clicks? That's exactly what happened to me yesterday with the team at Photosynthèse. The scanner they used was very perfect for what I wanted to achieve with my paintings, but more importantly, I could really feel that they were dedicated to make sure that I was happy with everything we did. So we tested different types of paper and we made sure that the colors matches with my paintings, and I'm so happy with the results. It's so good. The prints look like my original paintings, which is so important for me, and all of the details are there. And right now I'm feeling so relieved because I feel that I found the people with who I want to work with in the future. So it's really a big win for me today. This year, I've been thinking a lot about bravery. When I told people I was leaving law to pursue art full-time, a lot of them said I was brave. But honestly, I was terrified. I used to brush it off saying I wasn't brave because I believed bravery meant not being scared. But over time, I realized that's not true. Bravery isn't about not feeling fear. It's about feeling that fear and still choosing to move forward anyway. This idea of embracing discomfort really inspired my latest painting. It is called Embrace, and it's all about finding comfort in discomfort, trusting yourself even when things feel uncertain or scary. When we are floating in water, we have to let go, trust the flow, and allow ourselves to be carried, accepting the vulnerability that comes with it.